Welcome to that part of the show where we crack open the mailbag. That's right. Letters from Ingram Micro customers will be answered right here, right now. This is the part of the show we call Data Center Mail. Now, Mike Mason, my illustrious co-host, is going to get us started with our first letter.
Thank you, Andrew. The first letter from an actual Ingram Micro customer reads as follows. Dear Andrew and Michael, I have a customer with a brick and mortar retail clothing store where her customers can try on Levi's virtually. She already has something called a magic mirror, but is unhappy with the performance of the app, which runs from a centralized data center. I could use some help getting the infrastructure, compute, and security necessary to make this a better experience. There are a lot of potential solutions out there, but I don't know where to start. Signed, Louis in Louisville.
Well, Louis, why not start with some jeans that fit?
Ooh. Avoid anything acid washed.
Sounds like his customer has a gene pool with no deep end.
All right, seriously, this sounds like a question for Tom Orcott. Welcome in, Tom.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. And might I say, I can't believe I'm on Data Center Mail.
You made it.
So, Tom, you heard our customer letter. What do you think?
Well, at Ingram Micro, I manage a team of field deployable technology consultants and subject matter experts who have specializations across data center and cybersecurity disciplines. In the scenario you just laid out, where a brick and mortar shop is unsatisfied with the cloud-based performance of their application, I know a few of our specialists might encourage this client to explore an edge computing solution, potentially in concert with a hybrid cloud configuration, and also potentially leveraging a modern cybersecurity concept like zero trust architecture. If anyone is interested in learning more about these market trends or others like that, I would encourage you to visit Ingram Micro's Imagine Next webpage, where we have sites both for data center and cybersecurity there. And our technical specialists have built quite a few resources on those pages that explain each trend, including how the solutions are constructed and how they solve real-world business needs, and which vendors play in the space for each of those trends. Exploring these Imagine Next resources are a great way to learn more about the way you can build or enhance your practice around cybersecurity or data center too, no matter which kind of pants you wear.
Unless you're wearing those MC Hammer pants, then we can't help you.
Very nice, Michael. Thank you, Tom. Great insight.
Pleasure being here. Thanks, guys.
All right, Michael. How about our next letter?
The next letter. Dear Michael and Andrew, I really want to grow my business, but I feel like I'm getting left in the dust by the changing data center. What do I do? Sincerely, Pete from Pittsburgh.
Well, Pete, how about rollerblades and a jetpack?
And some multivitamins?
Seriously, this sounds like an opportunity for Don Scott.
Bring in Don.
Nice to see you.
Don?
This is exciting. This is one of my favorite shows.
So, you heard Pete's letter. What do you think you could do for him?
Well, I would love to be sitting across from Pete right now because those are exactly the types of questions that we love to get within our emerging business group at Ingram. In fact, a lot of our partners are asking those same questions. They're saying to us, you know, in the old days, I could sell a server storage network, and I knew those technologies inside and out, and I could provide my end customers exactly what they needed. In today's environment, they're dealing with the same on-prem infrastructure, but they're also dealing with public cloud, private cloud, edge technologies, containerization, virtualization. How do you bring that all together and make sense of it for your end customer? And that's exactly the type of conversation, again, that the folks within the EBG get excited about, because we have a lot of different vendors and technologies that can help fill in the gaps for our partners and help solve those issues and help Pete show up differently with his end customers and help them start beating the competition. One example that comes to mind is a vendor that we're excited about this year, Morpheus Data. Morpheus has a platform technology that integrates a lot of these disparate heterogeneous environments and makes it manageable for the end customer and for the service provider. And I think that this is a great opportunity for Pete, not knowing anything other than the fact that he's data center focused. And I would love to share that with him and any other technologies that EBG has to offer, which are many.
So what's the best way if Pete wanted to reach out to you?
Well, we have an easy way to reach out to the team. It's emerging-questions@ingrammicro.com. Shoot a note to that email address, and I guarantee you Pete will get a quick response.
Well, hopefully that's going to work for him.
If that doesn't work for Pete, he could try just talking faster.
Or maybe try hypnosis.
Yes, hypnotize all your rich friends to buy stuff.
Well, thank you, Don. Some great insights, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, Michael, how about getting to our last and final letter?
All right, the final letter. Dear Mike and Andy, kind of informal. We'll let it pass. I've got regular customers, but they call me if they need something. They only want to pay for what they use. The audacity. I want an excuse to reach out to them more, but I want to know how to show up different. How do I deal with a customer like that? Signed, Brett in Baltimore.
Well, Brett, you want to show up different? Have you considered moving out of Baltimore?
Or a face tattoo?
Maybe we should get the great Heather Kopp in for this one.
Ah, yes, Heather.
Thanks, nice to see you.
So, Heather, you heard our letter. What do you think?
Yeah, so hey, thanks for bringing me into the conversation because, I want to help Brett in Baltimore show up differently, but I don't think your suggestions would necessarily fly with him. That is, unless he wants to move to Buffalo and become a Bills fan. It's actually a really great question, and we often get asked, what can I do to make myself show up differently from that solution provider down the street? What I would say in order to give Brett a competitive edge is to offer a payment solution proactively to his customers. Get in front of that ask instead of waiting to be asked. We have financing options with ways to integrate into his CRM to show how a budgeted monthly payment is a lot easier to take on than a larger capital outlay of cash, especially when doing, say, a server upgrade or a massive data center build out. But I've got another way that will help solve for his comment about his customer wanting to pay for what they use.
Well, it sounded like what he wanted. Can you tell us some more?
Absolutely. So our offering is a variable payment model for on-prem technology that is tied to system usage. Best yet is that it can be applied to any technology or OEM. We are vendor agnostic, unlike some other consumption financing programs in the channel. The client pays for usage with that variable payment, and even better, he gets paid in full upfront. I would say to Brett, just give us a call or email us at financialsolutions@ingrammicro.com to learn more.
So you didn't like the face tattoo idea?
Maybe ImagineX.com on his cheek or something?
Well, that would definitely make him show up visibly different, but I think it might actually scare his customers.
Well, we'll have to see what he chooses. So we are pretty much out of time this year for this segment. I'd like to thank you, Heather, and the other guests that we've had on. And for the rest of you, we'll see you next year on Data Center Mail.